So what is a red-based solution? So whereas a green base and a violet base will actually counteract some skin tones to produce a deeper, darker tan without the throw of orange, you'll notice that the red-based solution is actually ideal for any skin type. And it's because of the technology behind the red-based solution. Now, with the red-based solution, it counteracts orange from a completely different angle. And the best way I can explain it, as we did with the colour wheel with the violet and the green, and obviously that's not how they really truly work, but it's the best way to explain it, is that the red-based solution actually counteracts orange directly on the same side of the colour wheel. So unlike what everybody else is putting out there, a red-based solution does not counteract a green undertone at all. And I mean, let's face it, who's a leprechaun and has a green-based skin? Pretty hilarious, some of the things I hear. The red base truly counteracts orange from a different perspective and a different angle. And we do this through our trademarked process of inductive use, which is a first of its kind. So what happens with the red-based solution is that it does actually counteract orange, so you can get a better tan, a darker tan, definitely a faster tan, and it does throw a different colour. It's a more deepened bronzed look. So whereas I would say to people, the colours that you get from a green and a violet represent more of a gold, as in a gold colouring, whereas a colour from a red-based solution is going to look more like a rose gold, so more bronze depth and undertone to it. For me personally, what I love about this new solution is that we have worked out how to infuse 11 different oils. So again, it's a revolutionary process. Not only have we worked out with a base how to infuse oil, we've actually worked out how to infuse an oil, because as you know, with all the other solutions and brands and things, water and oil don't mix, and I've been saying it for a long time. So we've actually had to come up with a new way of manufacturing again to get this process happening. So step aside any tan that has just argan oil or just coconut oil or any of those things in it, because we now have 11 different oils infused into our red-based solution through our inductive use technology. And I'm talking argan oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, soybean oil, evening primrose oil, sweet almond oil, rosehip oil, macadamia oil, rosemary oil, jojoba oil, bergamot oil, all those beautiful, naturally hydrating, skin firming oils. And on top of that, we've managed to infuse grapeseed extracts and collagen. Oh my God, I'm going to buy this by and use it by the truckload, because what happens, as we know, with any spray tan is that inherently has dried the skin a little bit. So now with the infusion of collagen and the release of that onto the skin, we're actually renewing our skin, which is fantastic. We've also got soybean protein. I know, protein, right? Infused into the product. So I'm adding proteins onto the skin, and as we know, this creates a darker, richer, faster tan. And then we've also got beautiful antioxidants such as witch hazel, aloe, which is very hydrating, and vanilla bean extract. And to top it off, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've infused melons for a beautiful, dark, rich tan. So you'll find this product is very unlike anything else that we've had on the market, but also unlike anything else that you see on the market that may have one of these components or perhaps two of these components. The red-based tan is revolutionary. You'll love it. The feedback that we're getting from our clinical testing is that it feels beautiful and soft on the skin, not only the day of the spray, but also after you wash it off. So for 2 or 3 days after you spray tan, that your skin is actually feeling beautiful and hydrated. And I know we're at the 2-hour, revolution, and everybody wants to get their tan off fast. Perhaps the biggest thing I've heard now is that people are loving to have the spray tan on their skin and feeling how wonderful this is. So let's talk a little bit about the red base. The red base solution, as you know, we have our bases trademarked. So it's unique to us, which is fantastic. So now we've been able to infuse 11 different oils into the product. Grapeseed extracts and lots of lovely, beautiful antioxidants that will firm the skin and tone the skin. We've added collagen. What a revolution. Collagen in a spray tan. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. So those people that perhaps might have got turned off by a spray tan before, or their skin a bit dry from a spray tan, now you can confidently reach for a bottle of a red base and have this beautiful infusion of collagen and also melanin and the antioxidants. And a red base is suitable for every skin tone because it does counteract orange. And why would we move to a red base from, say a green or a violet? Well, I guess, as technology increases and we get better and better at what we do, we find better ways of doing things. So if you find that any of your clients do still throw a little brassy from a green or a violet based product, I'm certainly moving those clients on to a red based product. And the inductive use process, what is that? Well, we've been able to get under a high energy infusion process all these oils and beautiful ingredients actually to adhere to the DHA, which is amazing because now all you have to do as the professional is to shake that bottle before you tip it into your pot ready to spray, and then all the energy that is from those molecules will then transfer onto the skin and then be released, and it takes all the beautiful ingredients and DHA and with that energy release sticks to the skin, so you'll find that your colour will develop faster. In our range, we've developed a 2-hour light, a 2-hour medium, and a 2-hour dark. And as you know, all our products in Mediterranean start where everybody else finishes. So our 2-hour light is up around that 14-15%. So even our light tans are really quite dark. So in our light, what we are suggesting is that we leave that on anywhere from, say 2 to 8 hours. Your skin type 1 can certainly leave it on from 1 to 2 hours for a nice glow. Your skin type 2, usually 2 to 4 hours. And then your skin type 3, that 2 to 8 hours. So the 2-hour light for a skin type 1, we're recommending, say, an hour. Start off with an hour, anywhere up to 4 hours. Skin type 2, a 2 to sort of 6 hours, and a skin type 3, 2 to 8 hours. So always start at the lower end, around the 2-hour mark. We find that that's always great for really good depth of colour, and see what the colour's like the next day. Because your 2 hours is, of course, the time that you rinse. It's certainly not the end of the colour. Getting towards the end of the range, the 2-hour dark, you will have colour at 2 hours, but it just won't be as dark as what you would expect for the next day. So at the 2-hour mark, have a rinse and assess the colour the next day. And then the next spray tan you can also, go up in colour in time. The 2-hour medium, of course, is, reasonably high in DHA, and it's relatively high in terms of what we're seeing on the rest of the market. And of course the dark is horrendously dark. There is nothing out there with the percentages of DHA in it that we've been able to achieve, particularly with all these beautiful ingredients. So we're sort of saying with the 2-hour dark, for people that just want a little bit of colour and not noticeable spray tan, that you can actually leave that on for around the 30 minutes and get a nice little splash of colour, a nice little light tan. Otherwise, again, start around the 2-hour tan mark and build it up to about 6. I'm finding personally I'm quite dark. I borderline on a skin type 3, and I find the 2-hour tan in the dark at 2 hours was very dark. And in fact, we've done quite a bit of product testing of photos, and we'll get those out over the next short time so you can compare. We've also done some testing on rather pale people as well with the red base, and we found again at that 1.5 to 2 hour mark with that dark was really quite significant. Now the number of shades different on the skin that you can expect are at least 6. I was able to pull 10. I'm quite dark to start with, and my pasty that I regularly use was able to pull a good 6 shades darker. So that's significant in terms of colour, and we'll show you those pictures with the promos that we get out there. So I hope that's answered all your questions on red base solution. I would certainly love to hear from anyone about the product. The rave reviews are fantastic, and by all means feel free to reach out to us at any point in time. As I said, the tan does come in a light, medium and dark in terms of DHA colour, and the bronzes are all a medium, so it doesn't actually look like you've got a tan on, which is fantastic because you can go out and do the things that, you know, we're all busy, we need to do, and we don't have to worry at all about, you know, looking like we've just had a spray tan. The fragrance is, of course, our beautiful raspberry vanilla. We have toned that down a fair bit though, and we found that quite a number of the male that we've sprayed like the new overtone of the red base, which is more a refreshing type fragrance. But it does have a base of the beautiful vanilla and raspberry, of course, because they're antioxidants. So, you know, feel free to give this product a go. We think that you'll love it.